Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors. Wherever you are in the world, I do hope you're having a good day. Yes, today on the podcast, it is a welcome return to Chuks, a friend to the podcast and a friend to myself. Yeah, we talked about a number of things today along mindset, business strategy, and yeah, and many more things. It's good to have him back on the show. It was good to have a good chat with him. It's short and sweet, but yeah, always unique. Anyway, enjoy the show. Thank you very much for your time, and yeah, have a great day. Peace.
Great stuff.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Day In, Day Out podcast. This is episode, oh my God, it can't be. I think it is episode 43. And we have the welcome return of a friend of the show and a friend personally. Chuks, how are you today, sir?
Sorry, I just got to say something.
Yeah.
There's a light reflecting behind you, the
Yeah.
sunshine. Is that all
Yes,
right?
yes, it is the sun. I cannot do anything about it
You
because
can't.
I do not have any blackout
I just
curtains.
thought.
No,
I just
no.
thought. I just tell you that.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah,
You want to start?
no. Yeah, that
Start.
like we no, we are starting. We are going with it,
We
and
start.
yeah, yeah. No, no.
I love that.
Every time, like with these curtains, like anyone who's seen this on the video, every time
Yes.
when it's during the day, it goes
Yes.
from like normal to like
Yes.
alien abduction. Thank you very much,
Oh,
sunshine.
it feels
It's,
like it. That's what I was trying to work
yeah,
out.
yeah. It looks like some aliens are gonna come in,
It
take me
feels
away, and
like it.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
Yes. Not
Awesome.
yeah. Uh, welcome back.
Thank you.
How has things been? I've seen you've been busy on the old LinkedIn, doing
It's
like helping like key workers here and there. What's going on?
It's been great. It's been great for us because we've, like I said, the game's changed for us, and the market has changed. So a lot of what we're finding in the Kent economy, is that we're having a lot of more key workers coming in for projects. Like we've had guys coming to fix some overhead cables across Kent from Gravesend to Dover. We've
Mm.
had nurses and doctors coming into work at the hospitals. We've had strategic key workers working on the roads. So it's been an interesting market. A lot has changed ever since we last spoke. Our business traveler market has kind of dropped now,
Mm.
and we're seeing more of key worker market now. So we've kind of channeled what we're doing more to key workers and satisfying that business really. Yeah.
Yeah, with like the like sort of change in the market, has it stayed the same or has it dropped off, say,
No,
compared to
I would say
2019?
I would say it's just changed. It's just changed. The market has just changed, and we are seeing more of a different type of sector really that
Mm.
we're accommodating. But it's just changed. The dynamics has changed, and I suppose a lot of other industries. The dynamics has changed for them, so that's what we're experiencing around this period. It's just a dynamic change, really, of the type of clientele, really. Yeah.
Like this is a thing. Like with that's good news to some extent. So
Oh,
you
it is.
haven't been affected
Mhm.
that badly. You've managed to make adaptation and change. But
Yes.
what is it like for the rest of the sort of local economy in Kent?
I
Like,
think the local economy in Kent, I mean, like the way they're all fighting back in one sense or the other. I mean,
mm,
I have other business partners that I have some partners who have gyms that we're affiliated with. I mean, they've started doing like um, training online. They're doing like social distancing personal training where they go to a park with you and they stay
mm,
miles and give you instructions from afar. I've seen a lot of our restaurateurs now doing more focusing on online takeaway service. So a lot of businesses in Kent are changing their strategies and to accommodate the new market. Yeah, to accommodate the dynamics of change in the new market. Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening, and a lot of them are just doing things differently. You know, like ourselves, we're doing things differently as well.
Yeah, like one of the things with like things changing and like basically people finding new strategies, I think it's going to be an interesting time in like around about sort of September, October time, where like to see where the sort of landscape of businesses are going to be then. Because like with some of the changes they're putting in place and people adapting, it like sometimes it's not going to be the same sort of volume, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, and I totally understand. I totally understand. Yes, like you said, I mean, like with the restaurant trades that are going into like online now, you
Mm,
actually said what's going to happen to the actual restaurant itself. You know, what's the numbers? I mean, how many people are going to come into the restaurant? You
yeah.
know, so like it is. I mean, we're all hoping and waiting and seeing how much change would that affect. I mean, what's going to happen in this period? You know,
Mm,
because like you said, the numbers would drop. If you're not getting the actual sitting customers, I mean, what are you? Would online increase? We don't know yet. So it's going to be an interesting watch and wait, really. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, and like this is the thing. Yeah, it's going to be a case of watching and waiting. One of the things which I like about you is you've got a really positive mindset. Like
Yeah.
with regards to like other sort of like other business leaders you might know, what
Yes.
has been the sort of general vibe from them?
I think one of the things that the people, the business leaders I know, I mean, they've kind of looked at it and said, what are we going to do different? You
Mm,
know, how are we going to market different? How are we going to take our product to the market different? What else are we going to do differently? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, and I think one of the key things that I've noticed is that you've just got to have that positive mind frame, of positivity of what am I going to do? How am I going to make this happen? What am I going to change? Because that's business really. I mean, business is never static. You will get some changes. But a lot of the business friends that I have been very positive because a lot of them are entrepreneurs, and most
Mm,
entrepreneurs, I mean, we always have this dogmatic act that, yeah, we've got to make it happen. We've got to have that. We're going to keep fighting and doing our best,
mm,
and giving 100% at what we do. And around my clique of friends who are entrepreneurs, I mean, they've shown a really, honestly, I mean, a really positive attitude, a really, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna give it our best, and there's a lot of positivity around, loads of positivity despite the challenges.
Okay, no, that's like great to hear. So with like this is like amongst your group, which is like great to hear about. There is a positive vibe going on. Like they're
Mm,
like we'll overcome and we'll like see what happens when the dawn
yes.
comes. But like with outside that group, I think it's a case of in I think not just in Kent but nationwide. I think
Mm,
there needs to be like more of a sort of a positive voice going out there because when you listen to the like news, like
yes.
I only listen to the news for an hour just to sort of
Yeah.
get the lie of the land, and I have to stop because
Yeah.
the numbers
Yeah.
are just like
Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah, it's not good. Okay, okay, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so like I think yeah, getting people together and like helping like spread that positive new like message
Yes.
locally would work out nicely.
Oh no, totally, totally, and that's why for me, I'm one of the voices in Kent, and I'm making the voice. I mean, my voice heard. I mean, through obviously a lot of the social platforms, in the sense that saying, you know what, we can come together
Mm,
as a collective to make this work. There's still something out. There's still a positivity out of this. We've got to give 100% at what we do. Yes, we've taken some hits, but how can we do it differently? What can we do? How can we take our products to market in a different way than what we did previously? And if we have a lot of those voices, I mean, if we have collectives of voices of people being positive in a cluster, you tend to find that ideas, belief, great networking comes out of it, So I'm a big advocate of coming in a collective. I've got a friend, I'm sure I think you interviewed him, Roberts,
Yes.
yes, and he's part of my network group. So we meet once every week, and we just share ideas, we just share inspiration, and we just share what's been happening and lift ourselves up. And that's been a great, 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 massive influence in how we're getting on with what we're doing up here, really, or how I'm getting on. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically, now that's great. And like, this is the thing with regards to like the Kent area, like there's, let's see, about 9,000 plus businesses, like companies which are in the Kent area. And I think
Yes.
if you could like sort of draw those forces together, like,
Yes.
if it's even like it's a once a month, like sort of Zoom conference, get people to
Yes.
sign on. And
Yeah.
I think that would really sort of help get that
Oh no, I
message.
totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, and I think that's what that, like you said, that's another strategy that I mean, as businesses, we have to think about, in the sense that we have to be in a position where, I mean, before I know networking happens, where we book a room and everybody appears face to face. Now, what can we do differently? Should we do a Zoom network where, clusters of 10 or 15 people come together and say, hey, what's been happening to you? What's motivation have you got of this? And I think that's a good idea, totally good idea.
Yeah, because like this is the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Kent County Council is like got its hands full dealing with like the lockdown and everything like that.
Yes. Yeah.
I've and like don't get like it's also another thing. Kent County Council is not an organization which is a company out there sort of fighting for it, fighting for its life each and every
Yes.
single day.
Yes.
So what they might be able to ease a business rate here and there, but apart
Yes.
from that, I don't
There's
think
only
they're gonna give out the most sage advice, if you get what I mean.
No, no, totally not. Totally not. I mean, they are. I call them. I mean, they are more like a social enterprise. So, I
Mm,
mean, it's us, the private sector, that we have to do. I mean, yes, there's only so much support they can give to us, but it's what are we going to do together as a collective
yeah.
to empower, to guide, to lift, to assist, and that's why, like I said, we have to come as a collective. Because one of the things that I've noticed and I realized in business as well, like with a lot of this stuff, I mean, what's happening in the local community, like that, one of the things why I support is the food bank, yeah.
Yeah.
And as a business, we have to make sure that that keeps going, you know. Although yes, the staff number have dropped because of, I mean, a lot of them are isolated. As a business, how can we contribute to keep that food bank going? Because it's critical to people who live in the local economy, so those are the kind of creative things that we've come up strong. And for us as a business in Kent Housing, we've said, whatever happens, we will step up our gear with what we're doing with our foundation, with our charity work, and make sure we're doing more. We're giving more to people in the area as a business, food as a business, and step up the pace, really. So different initiatives. This is one initiative we introduced. Yeah.
Yeah, like because like yeah, over the next I would say over the next year, I think this is going to I think this is going to be a very challenging year. I think
Mm,
like the biggest challenge recession wise,
mm,
maybe like 2008 in the 80s recession. And I think
mm,
it's going to be along those lines. So it's going to be
mm.
not a short thing. I think it's going to go over go over a good 3 quarters, maybe 4. I'm not an economist, but
Yeah.
that's the sort of general
Yeah.
vibe you're
But the
getting
key
for
thing
it.
I would say, Muiwa, is that one of the things that I always say, you've got to kind of prepare before any of this comp kicks in. Do you
Mm,
know what I mean? And what we've got to learn from is what are we doing to prepare?
Yeah.
You know, what are we doing to prepare, and just being ready rather than just get kicked without you're unawares of your awareness to what needs to happen is not there.
Okay.
So I think one of the great things I would suggest is that we have to kind of be prepared regardless of whatever situation that is coming in front of us.
Yeah, I hear you. And like, this is the thing. I know there'll be many people like saying it's one thing, but like, what sort of things are you putting into place or to like prepare for the sort of like forthcoming, well, 2020, 2021?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
what sort of actions do you feel you're going
I
to be
think for
putting in
us, really,
place?
what we're doing more is that we're creating, I don't know if you know, we were creating like budget style accommodation. So we've
Yeah.
gone into previously we used to do a lot of the luxury service departments,
Mm,
really high niche, high luxury, But what we've done now, we've changed the model to budget style accommodation, where rather than say charge say £100 a night, we're charging say £50 a night. Yeah.
okay.
So we've gone to budget style. Like if you look at the likes of the Travel Lodge,
Mm,
they have various types, yeah, of the Travel Lodge. Yeah, you have the budget, you have the upmarket, So that's the kind of model we've adapted to.
yeah.
Yeah. So more like that kind of model, and make it easy for people, an easy entry point for people to use our service. Yeah.
No, I'm liking that. I'm liking the way
Yeah.
you're like diversifying like your
Yeah.
approach. And like this is the thing. With regards to like when you mentioned the restaurants and personal trainers, how they're having
Yes.
to sort of change things up.
Yeah.
Um, that is like I think it's going to be vital for people to do that.
Big time.
Like companies, organizations, and like basically everyday people,
Yes.
because
Oh, totally.
yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. We all have to think. I mean, I've got a personal trainer. I mean, he's gone completely online. Yeah, he's gone completely online. I mean, he had a boxing gym, had everything, and with this lockdown, I mean, the guy's kind of, I mean, he's inspired me, I mean, he's gone online, and I mean, I see the numbers of people viewing. I mean, he now has more access to people
Mm.
than he had previously, and socialist on social media, he's like a storm now, So in a
Excellent.
very funny way, it's creating an opportunity for him, you know, in that sense. So a lot of people are changing tack, A
No,
lot of
but
businesses are changing tack.
excellent. What's the name of his gym? What like
His gym is called TKO.
oh,
TKO Elite.
ah,
TKO Elite in Chatham. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Like
So it's really good.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm
Yeah.
liking the simple fact that yeah, he's found a new way to sort of get out there.
Totally. Found a
Uh,
new way.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's a case of yeah, many other people do need to find a new way, but I would say what I think what's going to be needed over the next like going forward from this point onwards is people like sharing their experiences as much
Mm.
as possible.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah,
Love that idea.
so they
Love
can
that idea.
yeah they can talk about their challenges, what strategies they've come up with, and then basically
Tot-
and then if there's a particular issue in like with one area and everything like that, it might be
yes.
all the way in Scotland or it might be in
Yes.
too, but that like
Yes.
topic will come back and
Yes.
anything they come up with would be a good thing to take hold of that.
Oh no, totally, Muiwa. And I mean, one of the things that, like I say, one of the reasons why I get involved in sharing a lot of our journey is that I'm hoping that what I share helps helps 100 or more people
Mm,
to look at it and said, wow, okay, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Why have I not thought about budget style accommodation? Why have I not thought about this other avenue?
yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much it's re-educating people on that there's a new way of doing business. You don't have to stick to what you've been doing for years. Yeah. There's a new change. And I think the more we educate, yeah, and
Mm,
people start learning, and for me, That's one of the great skills that I enjoy. I mean, I love reading. So I would read and find out what's new, what people are doing that's new, what has happened before that they've changed, how they've changed tack, what model have they changed to. So I think the more you educate people, the more people know about what you're doing, it helps more and more people know what they want to do.
Yeah. Let me see. On one of my future coming podcasts, I was talking to Winston Ben Clements. His mission is to inspire like 1 billion people.
Oh wow!
On this,
Wow!
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
basically, like talking to him and like listen to him, I can see he's like in the sort of start of his journey, and and I'm gonna watch this guy like a hawk,
Wow!
and see how far he goes.
Wow!
Like put it this way, if he doesn't hit the 1 billion, I'm sure he's gonna get quite close. But
seriously,
me personally, I think he's gonna go past that. I think he's gonna go beyond that.
Wow!
But yeah.
What a task!
Oh, it's a task, but you know what? Like, think big or go home, as they say.
That's it. Think big or go home. I love that. No,
Yeah.
very much so. Very much so. Why not?
Yeah, because one of the things you like in this conversation we're having, you mentioned like Robert and the sort of weekly catch up you do. Like, what I'd simply say is with that, why don't like you do the weekly catch up, or you can do your private weekly catch up, but you can do your online catch up. I would say one of the things I would say anyone should get into a big time is live streaming. It's not easy. Not easy. But like believe you me, it's on, it's like going, and it's not easy. You've got the words, like people texting in and stuff like this when it's going mad.
So it's different from podcasting.
It is, because like you can literally interact. Like right now, we are having a conversation, and it's just me and you, and nothing else is going on. Now, if I put this on to say Twitch or Google Live, not Google, YouTube Live, or on Facebook Live, now people who are will be watching it live. So basically, if I slipped up, you slipped up, it's there for the whole world to see. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's there for the whole world to see. So you're going, okay, but you'll have people either making a comment, putting a question forward, and you got to, it's like up to you to either do what you're doing while you're talking, look at the read, and if they give you an in-depth question, you might get caught up with the question, throw it in.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's a way, I would say, which would give you a little bit more flex. It is definitely more interactive, and you've got to, I would say, be consistent with the time you come on. You went on, what was that show you went on where he had, the gentleman had you call in about a couple weeks ago?
Yes, that was the Ronnie Jay Show. The Ronnie Jay Show. That was it's a friend of mine who runs this charity thing, Cancer Africa, and he runs this live radio show, and pretty much you call in, and so I'm one of the speakers on the business side of the show. It actually happens every Thursday.
Yeah.
So they call me and to talk about my views. What are my views on various subjects in business? And very interesting show. Very, very interesting show. It goes across the world, So it's a great show. Absolutely great show.
Yeah. I did leave a comment on the YouTube video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, basically he's doing that live, and it's going out live, so it's going with all that interaction. I told him to it should have if he can do it, put the video of each person who came on, so it's a little bit more visual rather than him just talking over
the picture
on your phone. Yeah. So it's just a little bit more interactive.
So people can see, and good idea. Good idea.
like this is the thing. If you did something like that with Robert, as I say before, I see what I can do about helping with that.
Okay.
I think that would be an excellent
Oh,
idea.
that would be awesome. I mean, I'm always excited. Like I said, if we can get to share. I mean, we bring to the table probably over 30 years experience. You know, feels like old boys here, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's experience that it will be very valuable for everyone. You know, and we speak about a lot of good things, a lot of things that we're doing, and in our market, in his market, you know, in his industry. So it's a very good I think it's a very good starting point, you know, which no, great idea. I'll actually be speaking to him. I've got an
Mm.
appointment to speak to him tomorrow, so it'll be good conversation to have.
Yeah, and like this is the thing, you hear about people like on the levels of Gary Flint, like Gary
Gary
V,
V. Mm.
Pat Flynn, like and basically other sort of people. You go, oh, these are the high profile, everything like
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
And when you kind of look at that and you go, oh, Gary V, like yeah, people don't actually say it, but they often think it. It's like going, yeah, Gary V, thank you for saying that. And like, I understand, but
Yeah.
you've got a team of 10 people. And like, you know what I
Working on.
mean?
Yeah.
We will turn around and go, no, that's BS, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing, this is what you need to do. And like, you know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
talk on that level, it can be intimidating for some people.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And when you thinking, oh yeah, operating on business, and like he's done that whole, I've worked in the trenches, started small, work
Yes.
my way up. But
Yes.
it's a case of I don't think I think it's one of those things when you've been doing something for so long,
Mm.
doing like big business this, big business that. And
Mm.
I think sometimes it's lost in the mix where people like need to be, you know what I mean? This is how it is in the trenches, like getting that sort of business together, making these connections, building bit by bit.
Totally.
Uh,
Totally. Totally. And
because
I think sometimes hearing it from, because I think one of the things that a lot of people want to hear is like on your level, you know, I mean, yes, you talk about Gary V. I mean, he's got loads and loads and millions of people, you know.
mm,
Yes, I mean, he's speaking to a lot of people, yeah.
yeah,
But sometimes coming down the level and hearing it from someone who's closer to you, it resounds better, you know. It resounds better. It's you can relate to it. Do you know what I
mm,
mean? And like you said, Gary V has 10 or 15 people walking behind him,
yeah,
you know. We don't know the struggles, we don't know what is, you know, we hear it's a glam.
yeah. And like, you know what I mean? You hear the clam, and like, this is the thing. There'll most probably be scores of people like going, like, leaping to his defense, going, no, he's not like that. And look,
Mm.
daily he gives out advice, so much content, like, which, you know what I mean? If people actually paid attention to,
Yes.
they're like, okay. One of the things I remember him saying, and it basically is just sort of come true, like yesterday, today. He talked about, I don't know if you know a podcaster called Joe Rogan.
I know, yeah, the guy that signed that deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I can't remember if it was a year ago or 6 months ago. Gary Vee went, yeah, like yeah, Joe Rogan would like basically sign up to like a big company for like, I think he said $150 million and like
Yeah.
put content out on them. And it was just like, it was said in maybe a 30-second piece on one of these videos, and it moved
Yeah.
on. And like, it stuck with me because one, like, yeah, I like the Joe Rogan experience, but it was like, okay, right. Fast forward like a year to 6 months later, Joe Rogan signed a multi-year deal
Yeah.
with, excuse me, oh, good. Why am I blanking on Spotify? Excuse me. There you go.
Spotify. Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
signed a contract deal on Spotify
Wow.
for $100 million. And
Wow.
you know what I mean? I don't like the details of the contract. Who knows what it is? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's between Joe Rogan and like Spotify to
Spotify.
work out, and like, you know what I mean? But it's one of those things. And like people like going, if anyone goes, oh yeah, that's my goal, it's like you got to go, look, remember this, Joe Rogan has been on television since the 90s. He's been on
Yeah.
multiple shows. He's
Yeah.
he's built and built and built. It's not
Yes.
a
That's
thing.
years.
Yeah, it's not a whim. It's like he's been doing, like, if you look at the podcast, he's been doing that for 10 years upon another 10 years of
Yeah.
television. So
Yeah.
like, look, don't worry. If you want to make $100 million for podcasting or doing this,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can, but
Yeah.
recognize the work, what goes before that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, with everything you do, right? With
Yeah.
everything you do, you've got to graft.
Yeah.
You know.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is where I think you and Robert and like others, like a collective, could step in and basically talk about that, get that sort of information, that message out there. And
Yes.
And this is the thing, and sort of like go, right, instead of being like the small or the invisible out there, be visible. Like,
Yes.
be that leading light to help others to make that path go forward. And look, I think there is going to be a lot of people over the next few years, which, with regards to lockdown planet, it's made them think about what they're doing right now as a job or a career.
Yeah.
And either they're going to want to switch jobs, start businesses,
Yeah.
or like they're going to want to take their lives in a different direction.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. And with that, and here's the thing, with regards to, I'm saying there's going to be a recession because the way, like, the whole planet is just, the whole economic system is frozen.
Yeah.
So it's like getting that untangled, getting this country started up, United States, China, like trying to get everything fired up on a global scale, which has never happened before. Even when the Second World War was going on, there was still business going on.
No, it's very true.
So I think over that course of time, there are going to be people what need to do a little side hustle here, a little side hustle there.
Different, there's going to be some kind of different feel and thought, and no, I totally agree. And like I said, with the recession, there's a job that people are changing jobs, people are rethinking their lives, people are sitting down time to reflect. So there's a big change. There's a big change everywhere. So no, like you rightly said, it's definitely something that we can come on board and always share what we're doing, and share how in real life scenarios, not happy and but real life, what success means, what failure means, what fear means, what your worries, the worries you have, you know what I mean, so it's a very, very good starting place. No, great idea, absolute great idea.
Yeah, and look, like, put it this way, on LinkedIn, like, you guys like throw out positive energy on a daily basis, like, and like, I just don't think it'll be right if you weren't putting it, like, getting that message out there a little bit more. And don't get me wrong.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Meanwhile, that's why I love coming on the Warrior Show, the Warrior podcast. Because,
maybe I should have called it the Warrior Podcast, but
the Warrior Podcast, exactly. And I get so much inspiration and so much idea. But that's why it's good to talk. I always tell people it's good to talk, because the more you talk, the more ideas are open to you. The more, what you never thought of, will come out to you, and what you don't even see. People will tell you, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? Have you thought of doing that? I see that you're doing this. I think you fit that model. I think you could do it this way, And like I said, the more you talk, the more you converse with people, it opens so much of an avenue for you. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, I never thought about this until I came on the show today.
Yeah. Like, and like, this is the thing, the reason why, like, I could have sent this to you, like, and went, this is what you should do. And I most probably will send you information about this and go, do it this way, do it that way. And look, by all means, I'm a student myself. I don't have a record number of people behind me. Like, I'm on the long road and I'm just starting. So
Yeah,
look, like, yeah,
yeah,
give like 10 years from now, 20
yeah,
years from now, 30 years from now,
yeah.
yeah, like basically until the day I'm like shuffle off this mortal coil, I will be learning and pushing myself to go
Oh,
further.
totally,
Yeah.
totally,
But
totally.
I think it's a case of other people, I think, need to hear this. And this is the reason why I'm more fired up about it, because, like, yeah, there is a grand scheme of opportunity on
Mm,
the horizon. And look, don't get me wrong. I feel sorry for anyone who's gone through this like coronavirus and like
yeah,
lost people. It
yeah,
like there's the pain of that. It's real. Like it's true,
yeah,
and people have got to take care of their loved ones. But
yeah.
here's the thing: if you haven't, like, if you're not carrying that with you, if you haven't been afflicted by that sort of pain,
Mm.
there is a large wave of opportunity coming along. Like this is like you know how they talk about once in a generation.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is something. If this doesn't define that, I
Oh
don't
no,
know what.
totally. Oh, this is massive. This is absolutely massive. It's gonna be it's a game changer. It's a
Mm,
game changer because we've never experienced this before. We've never experienced this at this level before. Like you said, I mean, during the wars, at least businesses still kicked. I mean, but now businesses are shut completely.
mm,
I mean, there's some food, some food businesses are open, but you can imagine, a lot of businesses are shut. How are they going to come out of this?
yeah.
You don't know. So it's interesting times. And like I said, the best we can do is to come out as a collective and be more positive about things. And yes, okay, yes, we have to acknowledge that it's been a hard period for a lot of but we've got to come together and see, and just push ourselves through, support ourselves through and make sure that, that we are cheering ourselves up to just keep going, really. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah. By all means, I understand that. I get that,
yeah,
and yeah, I think with the with the likes of you, Robert, and other people out there, I think
yeah,
like I can see this being like, yes, it'll be hard. There's hard road ahead, but I think there is going to be such a positive upturn that
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we're going to like we won't forget this, but it's
Yeah.
going to be a case of like, yeah,
Oh, totally,
we'll be stronger
totally,
for it.
totally agree, totally agree. I mean, they say you always go through challenges in life to become stronger at the other end.
Mm,
And every challenge makes you reflect. And it makes you begin to appreciate the little things that you have, and where you are, and when you come out on the other side, you feel yes, you've come out, you feel more motivated. You know what I mean? You appreciate life more. You know what I
mm.
mean? So it's interesting times. Interesting times. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. You so like I said, it's more a lot of, and that's why I like a lot of the positive energy flowing around. I mean, like when I see you do the press up stuff, it just clicks that positivity because I'm all positivity. I connect with positivity
Yeah.
or positive people, and in very little ways, it could be someone who is doing some challenge, and I'm looking, I'm saying, wow, it has got 100 and 365 days to go, I mean, and you're looking and saying, wow, that's awesome. Non-stop, non-fail, consistency, and it just does something to you. It just says, wow, that's interesting. And that's what it does for me. And I look at it and I say, wow, consistency. Yeah, I've got to adapt that. I've got to adopt that mentality. And you'll be surprised that it's sometimes it just all you need to do is show someone something that you're doing, and it instills belief in them. Yeah, they may not
Mm,
have the same belief as you have, but obviously it just tells that person, you know what, if I'm committed, I can do it. You
mm.
it's just that message you're sharing down the line, and people are just grabbing it. People are grabbing it in one perception. I will grab it in one perception and say, wow, if he's done it, then I can do it. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way it is, it's just sharing positivity all around, and just keep, it's like the food bank thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing, the idea is not just for me or in Kent, is to show other people that they've got to help people in their communities, and to go out and to give to other people, to give to other people in their community, to empower their community. So the more I've had people call me and say, wow, that's awesome, I'm going to try and start this in my community,
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing to do, because the more you show people of what you're doing, the more other people think and get inspired. Yeah. So the idea of we have to inspire others in every little action we take. Yeah, it's all about inspiration now. Inspiration is needed more than ever now. Because a lot of people need that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like, yeah, I don't know. There's
Yeah,
and like, yeah, the whole thing is the consistency. Like,
definitely. It's
yeah.
all about consistency.
Mm,
It's all about consistency, because like I tell people is that even when like I was telling someone came to me and said, listen, a lot of companies are jumping on the food bandwagon. They want to seem to be helping the community, so that they can get brownie points and all of that stuff. I said, like I told the chap, I said, listen, don't bother, don't care about that.
mm,
I said, what you need to do is be consistent in your game. Yeah. If you're going out and you're feeding a lot of families with food, and you understand, don't bother about what other people are doing. Don't bother about their game. Concentrate on your game and just keep doing your best. Keep feeding, keep giving families, keep going out and doing it consistently. Because one thing I always say is that the people who are not doing it with the right hand, they'll drop off soon. They will drop off after two
yeah.
or three times. They drop off,
Yeah.
But yes, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, like, when you like, if someone said that to me, lots of people are jumping on the food, like, basically the
Food bank,
food
food
bank
give.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, the food bank game. I'll be like, that's great. That's fantastic. That's
yeah,
excellent news. Like,
exactly.
it's like, bravo. Like, we need more people to do that.
Yeah,
But when you're like going, you see that as a threat,
yeah,
as you were
you'll be
saying.
surprised. We want you to be surprised. I mean, I like some people see that. I mean, that's negativity as well. That's negativity kicking in. I mean, there's a picture I saw on social media of someone dropping food bags and taking pictures, and I think someone said, oh, that's what most people are doing now. They're trying to rub their egos, and like I told this chap, I said, listen, don't bother about it.
Yeah.
Don't bother about it. If
Like,
people are dropping food and taking pictures, is one more person that is being fed that won't have gotten food. So
yeah.
don't care about it.
Mm,
Concentrate on your game. Concentrate on yourself, on what you're doing. And
yeah.
don't care about what other people are thinking. But that's human
Absolutely.
nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know.
no, I absolutely agree, because like the whole thing is, it's like when people like focus on the negative more,
Mm,
so like, it's like, yeah, okay, if they're doing it for their own self-interest, their
mm,
self-promotion,
mm.
there's scores of celebrities what do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
take a like David Beckham's one who comes to mind. You like, oh, that might be like, yeah, but forget that. Just like, oh, yeah, I don't think the people give a rat's ass who are getting the food
No
at the
one
time.
gives a rat
They're just
ass.
like going, right. They're like, thank you very much for the food.
No one
Whoever you
cares.
are, I remember that, and
Eh,
bye bye.
Yeah,
And like,
exactly.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
they might like the person who gave the food might benefit, like get a little bit of publicity, but the whole thing is the people who receive the food, whose lives are made that little bit
That's the
easier.
game.
That's
That's
what it
the
should be about.
result.
Mm,
That's the result you're looking for, and that's what like I tell people, it's easy to start something, but it's hard to finish.
mm,
Yeah. it's hard to finish. And people whose hearts are in what you're doing, yeah, they stick with it. Yeah. They go all out, rain, sun, snow, they're out there doing what they need to do, to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's the attitude you've got to have. You've got to say, I've chosen to do this and I've got to do it. Whatever negativity or anything anyone says, or how you feel or anything, that doesn't matter. The key thing that matters is the end product, the people that are going to be touched with this. That's what matters, not what other people are thinking about or saying. Yeah. And that's all about mindset. With everything you do, you will have negativity. Everything you do, there's negative. I mean, if there's no negativity, it's not a real world. But you've got to make sure that you come away you get that off your mind and say, this is what I'm going to do. Don't care about how people feel about it, but I'm just going to go out there and do it.
Liking it.
Yeah.
Hey, no, that's good. Oh, yeah. I bought the 12-week year.
Oh, did you? Oh, you bought that book, yeah?
Yeah, I got it on the audio book. I listened to it once, and I got to say it has some real good points.
Oh, big time.
I'm going to have to listen to it again. Because,
big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Listening.
You never stop listening to books.
This is the thing, when I'm working out, or if I'm going for a run, for sure, it's either podcasts or it's audio books.
Totally agree. Totally agree with you, Miwa. You've got to keep feeding your mind, feed your mind.
Absolutely.
And in downtimes like this, it's all about reading. It's all about reading. I mean, I just got this book someone recommended to me. I saw on LinkedIn, they recommended it. And I think what I've got is Profit First. I mean, it's supposed to be a real big bestseller book. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Profit First. Okay.
Profit First. Yeah. And I just found it I only just got one lesson. Honestly, I just got one lesson out of this book. And I thought, oh my God, never, this is something that I should be doing. Yeah. And it's just one lesson I just got out of it. And that's it. And I said, you know what, I've got to implement that.
What was that one lesson?
And that lesson is quite an interesting lesson, you know what I mean? And it says the lesson is pay. And it sounds so simple, but pay yourself. It kind of says, I think I scripted. Pay yourself first. Most businesses pay expenses first. Yeah. And but they forget to pay themselves first before paying expenses, And it's quite detailed anyway. I mean, not just paying, making yourself, feeding yourself, not feeding yourself, but it just says pay yourself first before you start thinking of paying other expenses. Yeah. And it's definitely more detailed than what I'm saying, but it's quite interesting. It is really quite interesting because, like I said, in business, yes, you can be good in sales, but you've got to be good with your numbers. You got to be good. Like what they say about cash is what did they say? Cash is king. Turnover is vanity. Is it turnover is vanity? Cash is king.
Wait. Is it cash? Wait, I know this.
Yeah, I think it's cash is king. Turnover is vanity.
Yeah.
So I mean, for like businesses, like entrepreneurs like ourselves, we a lot of times we think about the turnovers. We think turnover, but really it's not about turnover. It's about having cash in the bank.
Yeah.
Especially for times like this where you have to, you need cash.
Well, but this is, I think that going forward from this, I think there's going to be a little bit of a mindset switch with many a company. Like having that cash, but having sort of healthy cash reserves.
Big time.
Than sort of like living by the wire all the time.
That's needed. That's absolutely needed in these times. We need to have things like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Great stuff. Great stuff. Good conversation.
No, this
absolutely.
Yes. Like I wish the conversation was longer. I know you've got to
I
go.
know, I know, I know. Always
That
a pleasure, we were.
no,
Always a pleasure.
never a chore, my friend. Never a chore. Please
Yeah.
let the people know once again where they can find you.
Yeah, so obviously I'm you know me. I'm Chuks and I'm Chuks Uwaechia. You can find me on LinkedIn and my name spelled Chuks, surname Uwaechia, and I'm the CEO of Kent Housing, a housing company based in Kent. We provide accommodation for like construction companies, film companies, business travelers, hospitals, housing association, you name it, we provide it. So that's me, Kent Housing.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Chuck, once
Pleasure,
again for
Miwa.
coming on. And
Pleasure.
yes, definitely, we're gonna get something started, get the ball rolling soon,
Awesome.
very soon.
Awesome.
And yeah,
Awesome. Thanks, Miwa. I appreciate you. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks. You have a
Thank
great evening and keep up the pace. So you got 10 more to when do you hit the halfway, the halfway of the 365 divided by 2. That's 183.
366. So yeah.
366. So that's 133. So you're 10 days away from
Hey,
halfway.
what can I say? Yeah,
Wow,
pushing
awesome.
forward, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Life
But
warrior, life warrior.
hey, what can I
Absolutely
say?
awesome. No, great stuff, Miwa. Take care.
Nice one, Chucks.
Take care, yeah. Cheers. All the best.
No problem.
Take care.
Okay, no probs. Hey, I say goodbye to you, one and all my friends, my life warriors out there. Stay well, stay safe, be awesome, be excellent, be fantastic, be all the positive bees you can
Wow.
be in this world and more. Have a great one, my friends. Have a
Thank
great
you.
one, my life
Thanks,
warriors.
Miwa. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.